Welcome to Your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 618. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you're having some trouble getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Gore Vidal, in his own memoir, Palimpsest, writes that a memoir is how one remembers one's own life, while an autobiography is history, requiring research, dates, facts double-checked. It is more about what can be gleaned from a section of one's life than about the outcome of the life as a whole. Looking back over 60-odd years, life is like a piece of string with knots in it. The knots being those moments that live in the mind forever, and the intervals being hazy, half-recalled times when I have a fair idea of what was happening, in a general way, but cannot be sure of dates or places or even the exact order in which events took place. And that extended quote is from MacDonald Fraser. And once again, good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. And thank you, 2020. Yes, you heard that right. The theme of many of this week's shows coming up is gratitude for this chaotic, challenging year. And today I'm starting with my zone of passionate genius, I guess we can call it, memoirs, of course. And working on the front lines of memoir writing, I've definitely seen a resurgence in appreciation and interest in memoirs this year. And really, is it any wonder? Think of some of the universal messages of 2020. Get quiet, live in the moment, take inventory of what's really important in life. This led many people to a new and fresh level of self-awareness, self-improvement, and all the discoveries, stories, and lessons that come with those things. This naturally led to many aspiring authors seeking me out and saying, okay, Christine, now it's time to write my memoir. I know I've been talking about it, but now it's time. They realized the importance and power of a memoir, which brings up another one of my favorite quotes about memoirs. I believe that the memoir is the novel of the 21st century. It's an amazing form that we haven't even begun to tap. We're just getting started figuring out what the rules are. Susan Cheever. And to this I say, welcome to my party. Because I must say, I discovered the power and impact of memoirs many years ago when I started helping people write them. While I'm not thrilled with how this has all happened with, so many of the tragic events of this year, but I am thrilled to see that people are truly awakening to the awesomeness of this book form. As I've mentioned in past episodes, along with biographies, memoir is a consistently high-ranking genre of book on bestseller lists year after year. Yet over the years, I've had to persuade quite a few aspiring authors and clients that writing a memoir, or even just including elements of a memoir, like just personal stories and lessons, no matter what type of book, even just a regular, ordinary business book, just including those personal stories, I've had to convince them that that's one of the best choices they can make for their books. I feel like maybe moving forward, this will be less of a battle, I hope. People have seen it this year, including my clients. They've seen the power that one specifically crafted human narrative has to change lives. And not to sound like a cliche, but that's exactly what human perspectives do. Change lives, change the world. Versus the alternative, the so-called experts preaching the shoulds at us. You should do this, you should do that. Should, with no human foundation, no trust and rapport with the reader to back up their viewpoints. I think authors are also, well, I hope anyway, realizing the infinite creative potential, the creative writing potential of a memoir. As Susan Cheever said in that quote earlier, it really is the novel of the 21st century in terms of what you can do with it. Specifically crafted plot lines, character development, use of all the literary tools, setting up dramatic scenes, emotional arcs, visualization, imagery, all the things that you get to do in a novel, you get to do in a memoir. Because again, as the quote at the top of the broadcast said, A memoir is not a biography. It's not the, heavily researched, this happened, then this, then this, then this. With a memoir, you have the creative writing involved. You really get to take readers on a journey. It's a far cry, again, from a traditional biography, first this, then that, then that. Memoirs really are quite the artistic book form. And here's a question to pose to you today to think about whether you thought of writing a memoir or not. Which angle or slice or theme of your life might be interesting, inspiring, or educational to others? So which aspect of your life, if you just chose maybe one camera angle of your life, how would that be interesting to others? Just something to ponder. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. I always drop the link in the show notes for motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. Until tomorrow, happy writing.